Hey everyone, this is Chris, MTGO's Rexstart, and we are covering the finals of Tribal Apocalypse 130, the Legacy Tribal Wars format player-run event held every Saturday here on Magic the Gathering Online. And this week we have two newcomers to the event in the finals. Brett Memphis is playing Merfolk, and Edison88 is playing Slivers, and he appears to be playing a Sliver Precon deck. I don't know if he's modified it a little bit. It's a really weird week. Not only do we have two newcomers playing, but the two newcomers are both playing decks that appear to have some obvious either budget constraints or suboptimal builds here. Certainly unconventional builds. The Sliver player, again, using a lot of these odd lands that come from the Sliver Precon that you don't usually see, like Terramorphic Expanse. And the Merfolk player doesn't appear to have Force of Wills, but he does have a lot of the rest of it. He's got a fair amount of counter magic, and he's playing Regerais and Merfolk Sovereigns, Master of the Pearl Trident, and Lord of Atlantis in some numbers. I don't think he's playing full amounts because he has too much counter magic to be playing like 28 creatures. But he definitely has some number of those. We'll see when the deck lists go up after the event. He led on a turn 1 Curse Catcher, and 6 minutes later he gets to untap. I don't know what's going on. Edison88 is lagging to a ridiculous degree. Must have something wrong with his computer or his connection. I don't know if he's playing in some other event at the same time as this, but I mean, if he was doing that, it wouldn't have taken him 6 minutes to use his Terramorphic Expanse. Like, he was stopping at different points during the turn. Where do they have their stops set? Well, yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, these two players are having some weird connection issues. This is actually the second time I've tried to record this, and it looked like they were starting to go and play, and I started up a new recording, so that's what we're on here. Maybe this will go a little better. Let's see. Spinner Sliver. Okay, sure. All Sliver creatures have reach. That's not very good, but there it is. And that's going to get Vapor snagged. He's got some number of Remove Soul, some number of Mana Leak. I saw both of those counter spells, and Spell Pierce, which is often like a blank in Tribal, but against some decks. That was pretty good against me, especially since I improperly sequenced my spells in my round 3 match against him, where it would have mattered. Played around the wrong counter magic. I mean, that's the advantage of playing a bunch of different counter spells is your opponent starts to play around them in ways, and sometimes plays around them in wrong ways. All right, so I mean, it looks like, I mean, I haven't seen anything other than this promo Swamp that isn't just straight out of the Sliver Precon deck at this point. He's even using the Ancient Ziggurat. And again, this is just really unusual. I mean, Slivers and Merfolk are tribes that, even when they're built optimally, they have bad matchups. They don't always make it to the finals, and it's certainly very strange to see what is basically a Sliver Precon deck making it. I think one of the reasons that both of these Lord heavy decks may have done well today is that there's less spot removal being played. There's still a lot. Well, here's a plateau, so I don't know. Maybe there's some semblance of real mana going on here. Replace a Spinneret Sliver, but there's less spot removal in pure tribal weeks than there is normally because Path to Exile, Lightning Bolt, and Swords to Plowshares are all banned as part of the tribal Power 9. So, these highly synergistic Lord heavy decks actually have a fair amount of play to them, more than usual, because you actually get to establish a bit of a board presence. Now, Slivers obviously is primed for probably a big surge in popularity in the event with M14 coming out. They haven't spoiled everything yet, but they have spoiled a rare 1 blue mana. All your Slivers have flying, just directly better than Winged Sliver, and that's going to help out enormously, I think. It gives you a much better turn 1 play than just having to put in Plated Sliver or something. And if you want to, you could just still run a couple Winged Slivers, go up to 6 of that effect if you thought that was important. But I think initially that probably just all 4 Winged Slivers will get replaced with those. Those of us that have Force of Wills will want to keep our blue counts up, so if the new Slivers will be kind of evaluated. I do like there's a 2 colorless and a black Sliver that gives all your Slivers lifelink. That seems like that might be good in this environment with a lot of aggro decks floating around. It certainly improves the... I like to play Esper Slivers, counter Slivers, so I have a little bit of trouble with aggro matchups, and that might really help, assuming I can get to 3 mana. It's a land light deck as it is. So yeah, the Might Sliver there coming down while Brett is still at 1 land really looks difficult for Brett to overcome here. Kuma making a remark in the comments there that he thinks it'll be weird when Slivers start mixing the new ones and the old ones. That is true, since especially in Sliver mirror matches, this is the place where that will be most noticeable, since you'll have some that affect only your guys and some that affect all. Anyways, Brett couldn't find a second land there. Rough. So that'll end game 1, and join me in a second for game 2.